Welcome to the new stage of history. Soul Calibur 6.
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Zero to Hero, where I decide to talk about anything revolving around the fighting game community, whether it be about current news going on, tournaments, online gameplay, mentality, and we're going to move on to today's subject here. This is something that people ask me a lot when they want to get into fighting games, when I used to run a club in college, because I used to bring in my fight stick, and a lot of people would assume that it was because I was a great player, because the fact that I owned a stick. Since they saw some tournament gameplay and they just happened to see the players using mainly stick, the first thing I want to say right now is that controllers do not measure your skill level. There are people who play on pad that are top level competitors, players like Knuckle-Doo, Lil Majin, Sonic Fox, name a few. I know that this mentality isn't as prominent as it was a few years ago, but it's good to reiterate this statement. Stick does not change your skill level. The difference between using stick or regular controller is all based on preference. Skill level is in your fingers and not the type of controller you use. I myself originally started as a pad player for all the fighting games that I've played before, but I remember that kind of all changed when I was at Comic-Con, and they had a Tekken 7 set up there, and they only had arcade sticks to demo the game, and I had to adjust using it, but from there I just using an arcade stick for Tekken at least. But eventually went over and carried on to the other fighters like Cross Tag and King of Fighters. When Soul Calibur 6 came out and the online beta was up, I tried playing the game on stick through different control schemes, where I used the default, and then when I used the top 3 buttons as the main attack buttons, which was Type B in the defaulted controller settings. I don't know why, but it felt pretty weird for me, so I instead just opted to try and use pad for Soul Calibur, and it managed to feel just as comfortable when I use stick for Tekken. It goes back to just preference. Maybe I'll go back to stick for Soul Calibur. Right now, I enjoy using pad for the game. Just the major thing I want you guys to take away, for those thinking that there's going to be a massive skill increase when you use it, just the major thing I want you guys to take away for those thinking that there's going to be a massive skill increase when you pick up a fight stick, is that it's unfortunately probably not going to happen. If you're curious to use it, by all means go for it, but there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to get used to the jump from pad to stick. You have to get used to those buttons being laid out in front of you as opposed to being in like a diagonal line. And another thing I have to say is that with fight sticks, you generally get what you pay for. So like that $50 Amazon brand fight stick, probably not the best fight stick to use, and unfortunately the more it costs, the better the parts, which is good for something that you're hitting a lot harder than a gamepad. If you guys wanted like a decent fight stick to look at, I personally use for Tekken and Cross Tag. The stick that I currently use for Tekken and Cross Tag is the Rap Pro N. It's a pretty good stick. I got it as a gift, and I think it retails for around $200. Feels really good. It works for me for the games that I play on stick. There's of course the Mad Catz TE2 sticks, which are really good. In my opinion, some of the best sticks of all time are made by Mad Catz, but the problem is Mad Catz went out of business some time ago, and these sticks are rare to find new. So if you find someone selling it secondhand, I 100% recommend picking that up. But anyway, the major thing I want you guys to take away from this is that play how you guys want to play. If you feel that stick is the better pick for you when it comes to fighting games, then start practicing on stick. Save up that money and grab yourself a nice stick. Personally, I prefer the Rap 4. It's a really good, like, I guess, trial stick. It's good for most people. There's also the Quamba Drone. It's a lot cheaper than that, so from what I've heard from people who have used the Quamba Drone, it's pretty good. So those are just some of my recommendations on like starter sticks. Generally, I recommend most stick brands, except for of course like the generic brands, the really cheapo ones, because those aren't that good. I've actually practiced on a like a $50 stick that was meant for like Switch and PS4. It was really tiny, and like since my hands are kind of big, it kind of hurt my wrist at the end of using it after like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and it sounded like there was like a hard block of wood when I was tapping the buttons, as opposed to like that like really nice clicky sound that a fight stick gets. But getting back to the topic at hand, if you think arcade stick is the best for you and you feel comfortable using arcade stick, that's perfectly fine. But if you think that gamepad, regular gamepad, is the way to go, then it's probably gonna be the way to go. Your controller does not dictate your skill level. That's like the biggest thing I want to just keep saying. How I kind of think of it is, just remember, it's all about comfort you have as a player. Kind of like how I like to think about it. It's like wearing mittens or gloves. Both are meant to warm your hands, but sometimes people like having their fingers more free, and some like having the increased warmth of mittens. Both do the same thing, which is heat up your hands. Kind of just like how arcade stick and pad are ways to control a character on the screen. But it all just depends on what you want, what you prefer, essentially. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. So let's analyze some matches. Alrighty, so I've been having a lot of fun with this game, to start off at the very least. I have been playing a lot of characters since the game has launched. Siegfried, Raphael, Zasalamel, Talim, Xianghua. Characters need to stop being fun for the very least. So for the first couple of matches, I'm still like learning how to use Zasalamel to a degree. All I'm really doing is just wake up supering, trying to get as much curses as possible. And yeah, I kind of read that they were going to go for a critical edge. Should have just reversal edged that if I really wanted to commit, but at the time of this report, I think this was like day 1 footage. So, alright, so what I'm noticing here is that this Talim's doing a lot of sidesteps and doing a lot of 6-6 AA into Windsalt, yeah, that combo, into B out of it. Use the Soul Charge, definitely has nothing to lose. So I'm so here you're seeing the Talim mix it up, actually trying to reading me well, seeing me hitting me with a lot of just random moves. Well, not random moves, like a lot of like quick hits that's throwing me off. The major thing I'm not doing right now is stuffing out the Windsalt and just letting myself get raw hit. This Talim could definitely be using like a lot of like main. This Talim could be using like more punishing combos, and I'm not using horizontals while this Talim's trying to sidestep a lot. Okay, Gar gets broken, doesn't really get a big hit out of that, so I instead think I need to cheat and wake up super, use the time skip, and alright, got the life lead there. So, and along with that, yeah, I don't think I knew what to do out of what I didn't know what to do out of curse. So I'm just pressing buttons at this point. So while we're waiting for this new match to come up, yeah, I decided to make Ruby Rose. This is before since this was day 1, this was before the created characters controversy. So for future gameplay footage, I will not be using created characters. I'll just be using the vanilla characters, maybe with like different color schemes, but that seems to be about it. We do the same option. I ended up getting hit there. No real punish off of that whiff button, but I am just building up the life lead as much as possible. I am stuffing whatever the Oki is. I think that should kill. Yeah, that should kill. All right. But yeah, I'm not utilizing many horizontal attacks. I'm using mainly verticals here. I try to read like a wake up button there. A little bit of lag coming in, but we're good. Duck under the wind salt. B. All right, get thrown. Yeah, I'm not like that. I could have just sidestepped and immediately punished, but for some reason I decided to go for the back grab. Again, trying to use the reversal edge. When I should just be like getting like raw punishes, whether it be like a throw or trying to get the curses. Also, that's another thing with Zasalamel. That's different from the previous iteration. Zasalamel has now a curse thing, which basically lets him activate the world. I read this and I managed to force it into a reversal edge. I don't know if I win this one. No. Oh, yes, I do. I get the kick, but alright, just pressing buttons, and I eventually managed to grab that. So, I did not see this one coming, actually. I kind of like stood there like dumbfounded when this happened, I remember. But if they can get away, if I can get away with using random super and wake up supers, I think this Talim can too. So And along with that, I'm also not playing the range game. That's like the major thing you need to do against Talim, is you can't let her get in. I'm kind of just getting up close and personal, which is like the perfect place to get Talim, to let Talim just like go in and do Talim shenanigans. She wastes the meter there, and I think I have a chance to win this one. I believe I have a chance to win this one, but breaks the grab, and the tips of her fingers managed to hit me with the 6AA. I just decided to run up and BB does not work, gets hit. Instead, I just choose to wake up super, the classic, force the restand. I think I grabbed the life lead with this. I don't have any curses, so it's not going to do that much damage. But yeah, I managed to grab a nifty little life lead there. Gets kicked because I tried to do sidestep. Yeah, despite the fact that that reversal edge has like 8 options, your best bet is to just use the 3, the B, A, B, and K. All right, soul charge, and I think I just super her. Yep. And that should be it, because I have the one curse on her, which does just enough damage, I believe, to finish the round. Alrighty, guys, that seems to be it for now. Check back next week, next Tuesday. Apologies for this being a little late, but remember to like, favorite, subscribe. My name is Well Dressed Gem, and I'll catch you guys next time.